So last week we told you there'd be a decision on a vote for the BCRA this week and a likely CBO score. We were wrong on both counts. This is Healthcare Triage News. Why was there no vote on Monday? Amazingly enough, because John McCain needed surgery. On Friday, he had a 2-inch blood clot removed from above his left eye. They did an incision in his eyebrow and then a minimally invasive craniotomy, which means they cut out the smallest part of his skull they could so they could get out the clot. Needless to say, recovering from a craniotomy could take some time. It could take at least a week or two, and that's a best case scenario. Why is this a big deal? The Republicans need 50 votes in the Senate for a motion to proceed. This is just to get things going. They had 52 to start, and they'd already lost 2, Senators Paul, cause the bill didn't go far enough, and Collins, cause the bill went too far. If they lose one more, the bill can't advance. And without Senator McCain, they have only 49 votes. Therefore, they have to wait for him to return. That's if they didn't lose another vote in the meantime. This is not good for fans of repeal and replace. It's a major setback. Needless to say, we at Healthcare Triage wish Senator McCain a lot of luck and hope he's doing well. Now for the CBO. Without the postponement, there's not as much of a rush for them. Even so, there's a lot of work for them to do. The hardest part of scoring the BCRA is definitely the Cruz amendments, which we discussed last week. They might have to do a state-by-state analysis, and that'll be pretty complicated. And then all hell broke loose on Monday night. 2 more senators, Utah's Mike Lee and Kansas's Jerry Moran, announced that they would not vote for the motion to proceed. This meant that they couldn't even get the bill to the floor to start debate. Faced with the prospect of even more senators bailing, McConnell pulled the bill. What do I mean by that? Well, while lots of senators might not have wanted to vote for it, no one wanted to be the vote that killed it. Once Lee and Moran bailed, together I might add, so well done on their part, it's likely that more would have followed. Doesn't matter though. McConnell knows that this effort, by which I mean the BCRA is written, isn't gonna pass. Starting over would mean delays again and another potential failure. That doesn't mean other efforts are dead. Senator McConnell's announced that he plans to bring up the House bill for consideration, which wouldn't pass, with an amendment to enact repeal and delay. They say the ACA will be repealed like in 2019 or 2020 and then commit to passing a bill before then to replace it. His reasoning is the Senate already passed that bill in 2015, but back then they knew President Obama would veto it. They wanted the credit for voting to repeal the ACA even though it wouldn't actually happen. We've seen that a lot of senators aren't as on board for scenarios where the repeal actually happens. That's one of the reasons they've been trying to repeal and replace all year. And given that a couple senators have already come out and said they won't vote for repeal and delay, it's really unlikely this amendment would pass. Then you can be sure the Democrats would introduce a ton of other amendments that would force Republicans to make unpopular votes over and over again that they can be bludgeoned with in campaigns. Since they know that, and they know the repeal and delay is unlikely to pass anyway, it's not clear that the Senate will even allow this bill to proceed to debate. And complicating things even further, since some of the regulation stuff might not even be possible with reconciliation, it's not clear that a full repeal and delay bill could get past the Senate parliamentarian. President Trump's meeting with senators today to try to renew and get this whole thing going again. But given that he's changed his mind like 18 times in the last 24 hours, I'm not sure how successful that will be. Bottom line, the ACA repeal just got much more unlikely, but things are still fluid, and we'll keep you updated in the future. Healthcare Triage is funded in part by viewers like you through Patreon, a service that allows you to support the show through a monthly donation. Your support makes this show bigger and better. We'd especially like to thank Joe Sevitz and Sam. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Sam. More information can be found at patreon.com/healthcaretriage.